Hello, my name is Ganas and I'm here in Hellas with Jeff Espinous from the Ikaef. Greeting you.
Yeah, hello, thank you.
I have a few questions for you, Master Jeff Espinous. One question is, what's the difference about harness Kali Sikaran?
It's basically it's the same. Okay, it's just three names used by the Filipinos to define Filipino martial art. Some community will use harness, some community will use eskrima, some other use Kali.
Many people, when they say Kali, they mean mostly knife fighting. Others, when they say eskrima, they mean stick fighting.
It's a little bit more complex than this. If you say Kali, you don't say anything. You just say Kali, but if you have to say, you know, Kali Villabri system, or if you say eskrima, this is the Cinco Terre eskrima, or do you talk about warrior eskrima? You know, do you talk about lightning eskrima? All of them are really specific. You know, all of them have a really different way of doing and fighting.
I understand. Also, you must say Kali Sikaran or Kali, the specific style name.
That's it.
To define it.
It's like if you say Kung Fu, you say nothing. You say, I do Chinese martial art. But if you want to define yourself as a Chinese martial artist, you would say, I do Wing Chun, Wing Chun, and Jua Chao, Tam Toi, Charlie Fox.
I understand. Okay. Which Filipino styles do you have practiced? And which are the differences between them? How can you recognize if you see a style like Doce Pares and say, this is Doce Pares, this is modern harness?
I do few styles for sure. Doce Pares will be about controlling the sticks and the work of the empty hands. We call him a living hands. It will be a closer range. Sticks will have a curving strike, which is really particular to the Doce Pares, and especially to Kako Cagnete style. Modern harness, it will be about grappling and controlling the stick in a totally different way, coming more from the hips, and then you know, to go on these arms. You know, again, if you have a name, all of them have a really special way of doing this. If you go in the Balintawak example, it will be a closer weapons. Then closer weapons means a closer range. Okay, strike will be delivered totally different. It's quite easily to recognize one style from the other when you practice over than 25 years.
Does every style has a single stick, double stick, knife, all the components of the Filipino sticks?
I suppose mostly. I don't say all of them, but I suppose mostly.
And they specialize in one of them?
There is some people are really involved on the blade, like you know, Sayok, FCS, Filipino Combat System, or Filipino Combative. Blade is really a big part of their art. For myself as a Kali Sikaran, I'm really strict in Cadena de Mano and Hanakukan in Sikaran Dumog. That for me is really important to have a good MTN skill. Some other will be like Sereda Eskrima, really more involved on the blade and the stick art portions. It really depends about the teacher and everything.
I understand. What's about the striking angles? Can you recognize the style from the angles?
Yes and no. You know, if the guy come on a really conventional way, like a Sereda, won't be maybe able to see, okay, this guy do maybe Inayan Eskrima, because they have a really conventional way of deliver their blows, especially when they come to lock and block or basic lock and block. Some, you know, by the way of striking, like modern harness or combat, and also they have a special structure of doing this, but not all of them.
Doce Pares have 12 angles.
Yeah.
If you hear 12 angles, maybe your thought goes to Doce Pares?
No, because most of the people use 12, some use 10, some use 36 angle of attack. You know, you have to watch the uniforms. I think it's the best way to know who they are.
Yes. What's your system, Kali Sikaran, and how can someone recognize it? Which are his techniques and characteristics?
I think the particular things about Kali Sikaran is my way of doing a single sticks or weapons is towards the Kali family, means it's more moving, getting out of the way of the line of attack, counter to combatant, and then modern analysts, we're gonna come straight at your attack and, you know, cut your power off. Also in Kali Sikaran, we have mainly 60% of empty hands.
More empty hands?
Then
not straight ahead and enemy in?
Yeah.
You go outside more?
Yeah, I will use more female triangles. I don't say that I don't gonna shot, and I don't gonna come against, you know, some angles. In some situation you have to, yes. But you know, mainly the basics will be a female triangles.
Okay. Tell us about the other components of Kali Sikaran, like Muay Boran, Silat and others. Which martial arts does Kali Sikaran include? And how can you show us some examples?
Okay, the Panaktikan that I learned, then I completed with some of my Muay Thai trainings, Muay Thai Boran trainings. Then also for the knee strikes and elbow strikes. For my kicking part, I'm also like instructor in Taekwondo, in French kickboxing, in full contact. I'm instructor in Muay Thai. Then, you know, I used the Muay Thai because I felt it really fits the Panaktikan naturally. And then because when I started with Filipino martial arts, my first two teachers was Cas Magda and Danny Innocento, who are both instructor in Filipino martial arts and instructor in Pencak Silat. Danny was Pencak Silat in my Filipino martial art from day one.
Which styles of Pencak Silat do you have practiced?
I practice Silat Bukti Negara, Pukulan Magaran, Silat Gayong, Titi Pinang, Tapak Susi, Shimada, Bukti Negara, Sport de Chua. Yeah.
About Muay Boran and Silat, they have many techniques, Muay Boran.
Yeah.
Which techniques of them do you have adopted?
You know, it's more like, I always start with the Filipino martial arts structures, but you know, in Muay Thai Boran they have a different way to deliver elbows, they have different way of using the knee. Yes. You know, this is what I use. You know, it's more like inside my, what is great with Filipino martial arts is basically you can pull almost whatever you want inside. If you do Aikido, and if you want your Aikido to work, you do Aikido from A to Z. The Filipino martial art, the beauty of that art is you can pull Silat inside, you can pull your Wing Chun experience, you can pull your Muay Thai experience, whatever, just name it. It will fit. It will be a way to be able to incorporate inside your Filipino martial arts.
Tell us about you, a short bio of Jeff Espinous. What martial arts do you have practiced and how long? Who were your teachers? A short bio.
Okay, I'm gonna be short. I started when I was 5, wrestling, 7 Viet Vo Dao, with a Vietnamese Kung Fu. And then my teacher actually, when he was teaching me that part, this basic knowledge was more like Muay Thai Boran, and he has also some connection in Germany and in Indonesia because he was working over 30 years in Indonesia. And this is what I learned. And after this I do Taekwondo, Aikido, Kendo, Aido, Kenpo. Then I moved to the Kali JKD and Innocento Academy, and then, you know, with Danny Innocento you can see almost anything.
Many different martial arts.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's like I never to stop to once. I think it takes me a time to choose who I want to be and what is the art who is truly fitting me. And then when I meet the Filipino martial art, it gives me the freedom that I was looking for.
Do you practice only Filipino systems now?
No.
And other techniques?
I try to practice Filipino martial art. Is my heart. It's Kali Sikaran.
The basic.
This is my basic foundation. And the second one is Pencak Silat. And I'm working with my friend who's named Yoko Suseno. And then with him we make a program we call it Pencak Silat Concept. I am a Pendekar in a few different styles. Pencak Silat, and then for training for myself, I still use the Muay Thai or Muay Thai Boran.
What's the Ikaef? Is this a European or a world organization? Can everyone be a member?
Okay, the Ikaef is an international organization for sure. We have people a little bit all over. And the idea is we have a curriculum, and every people are welcome to be a member of the Ikaef.
The curriculum, must everyone practice Filipino martial arts to be a member? When he is a member?
Okay, when he's a member, it's about only the Filipino martial art community. Then everybody is welcome to participate to any of our seminars. But to be a member of the Ikaef, you must practice Filipino martial arts. But for sure, everybody is welcome to participate to any of our workshop or seminar.
Do you have belts and grades in your system, in the Ikaef?
Yeah, we have a Filipino system who have been given by the Letsuro Makine, and then we use the title of Kadua Guru, Manongaro Guru, and Catalan Guru, etc. This is the way we use it. We try to avoid the belts.
Ah, not belts, only grades.
Yeah, the grades is more like a title, because it's more like the old Filipino way of doing it. I know that some style use also the belts, but after it was quite confusing for us, because people get black belt 12 dan and 15 dan, and it was a little bit too many dans. And also in Europe we have a standard but giving gradings who are a little bit different than we use the Filipino way.
How many grades do you have in the Ikaef?
In Ikaef you can go until, if we translate as a dance system, which knows by everybody, it will be until 5th dance.
Fifth?
Yeah, 5th dan inside the things. And after this you have to show your style, because you definitely have to have your own.
How many stages you must pass to be a master in the Ikaef? 5 grades?
Yeah, 5 grades.
How are the tournaments held? Are there world, European tournaments?
No, we don't make any tournament. There is today in the community, the Filipino community, there is a Ikaef who make tournaments. Yeah, World Eskrima Kali Arnis Federations, who is basically owned by the Dutsi Paris family. They have a special protection and a special way of doing their tournaments.
Do you prefer semi-contact or full contact?
I like prefer full contact, but not with the protection that they use at that kind of tournament. I like better the idea of the Drug Brothers. Minimum, Dog Brothers, the way they with some of the style, minimum of protection, and then because if you have too much protection and too much gear on you, then you lose the respect of the sticks. If I'm hit but I don't feel anything, basically, then it become a just eating pattern, and who's gonna hit the first on the most gonna win. But you lose the truly meaning of the art. The art, if I hit you for real, you're gonna froze there. There is a mode of punishment, then you will not tag. The problem is with drug preservations, for sure there is a punishment, and it's not for everybody. Then I like better to, if some people want to eat each other, then after the class they can close the door and then just beat each other's ass. Yes. But that is closed door. It's just for fun.
What's your plans for the future?
The same that we do, and not just my seminar schedule is pretty much already full, going all over the world and promote the Filipino martial arts.
How many countries do you visit? Many countries?
Yeah, around 20 a year. After Greece I will be in Germany, and then after I will go in Moscow, Singapore, England, Italy, and so on, USA, and just moving all over.
Okay, and the last question. Do you have here in Hellas a representative of the Ikaef?
Yeah, we have a representative. Is our friend Catulon Alex Petro, who is basically, if you look on the system of Dan, with my specialty is a third Dan, and then he's the first one who bring me over there, and he's the leading guy for Filipino martial arts in Greece.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Thanks to you.
Okay. This was the interview with Master Jeff Espinous.